Are you holding a fortune in your pocket change without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top 5 ultra-rare and valuable Queen Elizabeth II coins that every collector, and even casual coin holder, needs to know about. From minting errors to low mintage issues, these coins are not just rare, they're potentially worth thousands in today's market. Welcome to the Expensive Coins History channel, another deep dive into rare and valuable coins. Today, we uncover the fascinating story behind a small but highly sought-after piece of Canadian numismatic history, the 1985 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 25-cent coin. Despite its modest denomination, this coin holds significant value among collectors and investors alike. Whether you stumbled upon this coin in your pocket change or you are a serious collector looking for your next big find, stay tuned. We are about to explore its origin, its rarity, and how much this coin could be worth in the current 2025 market. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we explore the hidden treasures of coin collecting. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a new episode. Now, let's dive into the story of the mysterious 1985 Canadian quarter that's turning heads across the numismatic world. Let's start with a little historical context. The 1985 Canadian 25-cent coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. On the reverse, the traditional caribou design, which has been a hallmark of the Canadian quarter since 1937, remains unchanged. But what sets this particular year apart is something you will not immediately notice: the absence of a mint mark. Most Canadian coins from the 1980s were minted at the Royal Canadian Mint facilities, which typically left specific mint marks on coins for identification. However, in 1985, a unique situation occurred. Some quarters were struck without a mint mark, and not just as a result of wear or damage. These were intentional or accidental omissions, possibly stemming from a transitional die or an error during the minting process. As a result, these no-mint mark variants became one of the most intriguing anomalies in modern Canadian coinage. Now, what does this mean for collectors? Rarity. The number of no-mint mark 1985 quarters that exist today is extremely limited, and they rarely surface in circulation. In fact, many collectors spend years searching for just one example in decent condition. This scarcity significantly increases both the interest and the value of the coin. On the numismatic rarity scale, the 1985 no-mint mark Canadian quarter is classified as a semi-key to key date coin. It is not just about the lack of a mint mark, but the near absence of these coins in both circulated and uncirculated conditions that adds to their allure. So, how much is this coin worth in 2025? Let's break it down. If you have a heavily circulated version of the 1985 no-mint mark quarter, you could expect a value ranging from 20 to 40 Canadian dollars depending on wear and demand. Coins in better shape, say very fine to extremely fine condition, are typically valued between $50 to $100. However, the real surprises lie in the uncirculated and mint state examples. These coins, especially those graded MS-63 and above, have fetched prices ranging from $200 to over $600 Canadian dollars in recent auctions. In fact, just earlier this year, an MS-65 graded 1985 no-mint mark quarter sold at auction for just over $750 Canadian dollars. This goes to show that even a small quarter, under the right conditions, can turn into a serious investment. Now, how do you know if your 1985 quarter is one of these rare no-mint mark variants? First, examine the obverse closely. Authentic no-mint mark coins will have no small p, w, or any other identifying letter beneath the Queen's portrait or anywhere near the rim. Use a magnifying glass and look under good lighting. Be sure to compare it with other known 1985 quarters for reference. If you are unsure, the best course of action is to have it evaluated by a reputable coin grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Also, be cautious of worn coins where mint marks may have faded due to circulation. These do not carry the same value and should not be mistaken for the rare no-mint mark version. In conclusion, the 1985 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II Canadian quarter is a fascinating example of how minting anomalies can transform a common coin into a rare collectible. Whether you are collecting for passion or profit, finding one of these coins is like uncovering a hidden gem in the world of Canadian currency. With rising interest in numismatics and a growing community of collectors worldwide, the value of these coins is likely to continue appreciating over time. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of rare Canadian coins. If you have one of these quarters or plan on searching for one, let us know in the comments below. Have you checked your change lately? You might be holding a small fortune in your hand. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, share it with your fellow collectors. In today's video, we dive deep into the story behind a truly exceptional and often overlooked piece of British numismatic history, the 1992 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 10-pence coin. Whether you are a seasoned collector, a curious enthusiast, or someone who recently came across this coin in your change, this video will provide you with everything you need to know. From its background and historical context to its current rarity, collector interest, and 2025 market value, we cover it all in detail. So make sure you watch until the very end, as this could be one of the most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Let's begin by taking a look at the coin itself. The 1992 British 10-pence piece, featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, carries a sense of tradition and authority. The obverse design was created by Raphael Maklauf, a respected sculptor whose rendition of Her Majesty appeared on British coins from 1985 until 1997. The reverse features a heraldic design of a crowned lion, a powerful symbol that has graced the reverse of the 10-pence coin for many years, designed by Christopher Ironside. However, what makes the 1992 version of this coin so intriguing is not just its appearance, but what is missing: a mint mark. Most modern coins bear some form of indication of their minting origin. In the case of British coinage, particularly after decimalisation in 1971, coins are typically struck by the Royal Mint without the need for an overt mint mark, because all standard UK coins are produced by the same institution. But the term no mint mark in this context refers to a very specific set of circumstances. In 1992, the United Kingdom underwent a significant transition in its coinage. It was the year the Royal Mint reduced the size of the 10-pence coin, shrinking it from its original large format, introduced in 1968, to a smaller and more convenient version. This was part of an ongoing effort to modernize and streamline the UK's circulating coinage, in line with changes in pricing, inflation, and public convenience. But during this transitional year, something unusual happened. A limited number of the larger-size 10-pence coins bearing the 1992 date are believed to have been struck unintentionally and released into circulation. These were not supposed to exist in this form for that year, since the new smaller version had already been officially introduced. The result was the creation of a numismatic anomaly, a coin with an outdated design dated 1992, yet without any distinguishing mint marks or notations to indicate that it was different from standard issues. The no mint mark distinction in this case refers to the absence of any special identifying feature that would indicate it was meant as a collector's item or proofstrike. It simply appeared as a regular large 10-pence coin, but dated 1992, a year in which only the small version should have circulated. That is where its rarity lies. Numismatists and coin experts have speculated that these large 1992 10-pence coins may have been test strikes, error coins, or unintended releases from the Royal Mint. Over the years, only a handful have surfaced in the marketplace, making them one of the scarcest decimal 10-pence issues ever produced. Their scarcity has not gone unnoticed by collectors. As with all rare coins, the combination of historical curiosity, mintage anomaly, and limited public awareness has created a perfect storm of collectible demand. When a coin is both hard to find and shrouded in mystery, its appeal multiplies. And that's exactly what has happened with the 1992 no mint mark 10-pence. As of 2025, the collector market for rare decimal British coinage has grown significantly, especially with the rise of online marketplaces, auction platforms, and social media groups dedicated to coin trading. While exact prices vary depending on the condition of the coin, verified examples of the 1992 large-sized 10-pence coin with no mint mark have sold for impressive sums. Coins in circulated but presentable condition can command between 100 and 250 British pounds. Meanwhile, specimens in uncirculated or near-mint state have been known to fetch prices ranging from 300 to as much as 600 pounds at auction, particularly when accompanied by authentication from a reputable grading service such as NGC or PCGS. However, due to the low awareness surrounding this variety, many of these coins are still being discovered in change or forgotten collections. This presents a unique opportunity for collectors and enthusiasts alike. If you come across a 1992 10-pence coin that is larger than today's standard size, you might just be holding something incredibly rare and valuable. To help you identify the coin, here are a few tips. The pre-1992 large 10-pence coin measures 28.5 mm in diameter and weighs 11.3 grams. In contrast, the smaller post-1992 version measures just 24.5 mm and weighs 6.5 grams. If your 1992 10-pence coin matches the larger dimensions, it could be a rare error coin worth investigating further. To summarize, the 1992 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth 10-pence coin stands as a compelling example of how even relatively modern coins can achieve rarity and high value under the right circumstances. Whether the result of a minting oversight or an intentional test strike, its existence challenges assumptions and adds an air of mystery to the decimal coinage of the United Kingdom. With growing interest in post-decimal coinage and increasing demand for low mintage errors, this coin is poised to remain a favorite among collectors well into the future. If you happen to find one, consider having it authenticated and appraised. You may be in possession of a small piece of numismatic history worth far more than its face value. The story of a seemingly humble piece of change that could be hiding immense value, the elusive and highly sought-after 2006 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II Australian 5-cent coin. Australia's 5-cent coin has been in continuous circulation since 1966, introduced during the nation's transition from the pre-decimal system to decimal currency. Typically struck in cupronickel, the 5-cent coin features the familiar echidna on the reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin, and the reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, on the obverse. In 2006, the Royal Australian Mint issued standard 5-cent coins as part of the annual coin production, and this would normally not be noteworthy. However, a small number of 5-cent coins struck that year emerged without any mint mark, a detail that has sparked significant interest and investigation among collectors. Now, most Australian coins, particularly those intended for collector or proof sets, bear distinctive mint marks such as C for Canberra. But in the case of these 2006 no-mint mark 5-cent coins, the absence of any mint identification has led to speculation. Were they accidentally released from test batches? Were they part of a special set or an early production error? To this day, their true origin remains something of a numismatic mystery. Because of their scarcity, these coins are considered highly collectible. But how rare are they, really? Reportedly, only a small number of these coins have been confirmed in circulation, with estimates ranging from a few dozen to several hundred examples at most. Their scarcity, combined with an increasing interest in modern Australian minting anomalies, has elevated their status in the numismatic world. So, how much is a 2006 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coin worth today, in 2025? Well, that depends on several factors including condition, grading, and market demand. Uncirculated or near-mint examples, those that have not been worn down by years of circulation, tend to command significantly higher prices. Coins that have been professionally graded by recognized services such as PCGS or NGC can sell for even more, especially if they achieve grades of MS65 or higher. As of 2025, the average market value for a circulated example ranges between $250 to $400 Australian dollars. However, in top condition, especially certified uncirculated coins, prices can exceed $800 and in some private sales, even surpass $1,200. That's a remarkable valuation for a coin with a face value of just 5 cents. What contributes to this kind of appreciation? It's a combination of low population, collector enthusiasm, and the growing global attention on modern minting rarities. In recent years, collectors have turned their focus not only to pre-decimal or gold issues but also to the surprising gems hidden in pocket change. The 2006 no-mint mark 5-cent coin fits that mold perfectly: obscure, unusual, and increasingly valuable. If you're wondering how to identify this coin, the key is to look at the reverse. Unlike commemorative issues, the no mint mark variety appears completely standard at first glance. However, a closer inspection reveals that there is no small mint mark letter present near the design or in the field. Because most standard issue coins have a faint mint mark, spotting the absence of one requires a trained eye and sometimes even magnification. It's important to note that not all 2006 5-cent coins without an easily visible mint mark are valuable. Wear and damage can sometimes obscure details. That's why certification from a reputable grading authority is strongly recommended for anyone looking to sell or buy one of these coins. In recent auctions, examples certified by PCGS or NGC have consistently achieved strong results. Sales records show a steady increase in price from 2020 through to 2025, reflecting growing confidence among collectors in the long-term value of this unique issue. So, should you go rummaging through your change jar? Absolutely. Rare and valuable coins often enter circulation unnoticed, and with just a little bit of knowledge and attention, you could be holding on to a piece of Australian numismatic history. The 2006 no mint mark Queen Elizabeth II Australian 5-cent coin is a perfect example of why modern coin collecting remains as exciting as ever. It represents a blend of historical intrigue, minting mystery, and investment potential, all wrapped into one small but mighty piece of metal. Have a rare coin of your own? Let us know in the comments below. We'll be uncovering the intriguing history, growing rarity, and rising market value of the 2014 Queen Elizabeth II British 10-pence coin with no mint mark. At first glance, this small silver coin may seem like just another ordinary piece of change, but collectors around the world are now keeping their eyes open for this specific version. Why? Because in the world of numismatics, even the smallest details can carry great significance and great value. Let us begin with the historical background of the 10-pence coin. The 10-pence, often referred to simply as the 10p, was first introduced in 1968 as part of the United Kingdom's decimalisation process. It replaced the florin, a pre-decimal coin, and maintained the same size and weight initially. Over the years, various design updates and size reductions were made, most notably in 1992, when the coin was resized to its current, smaller version. Now, fast forward to 2014. Queen Elizabeth II was still reigning over the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth realms. By then, the obverse of the 10-pence coin displayed her fourth definitive portrait, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait had been in use since 1998 and is easily identifiable by the clear, bold depiction of Her Majesty wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. However, the point of curiosity, and what makes the 2014 10-pence coin stand out, is its lack of a visible mint mark. Most modern UK coins minted for general circulation do not typically feature an obvious mint mark, unlike coins from the United States. However, collectors refer to the no mint mark designation to indicate a coin struck for circulation at the Royal Mint's main facility in Llantrisant, South Wales, rather than a limited edition from a satellite or contracted mint. What makes the 2014 10-pence coin significant is not only its standard appearance, but the fact that low mintage figures combined with limited visibility in circulation have made it surprisingly scarce, while official mintage numbers from the Royal Mint confirm that. Around 22.7 million 10-pence coins were struck in 2014. Anecdotal evidence from collectors and coin dealers suggests that far fewer have remained in public hands. Many coins were withdrawn, hoarded, or lost in transit over the past decade. Although the 2014 10-pence coin isn't technically rare by mintage numbers alone, what we're seeing in the market today is a classic case of low survival rate and high demand. Most people didn't think to hold on to these at the time, but now they're getting hard to find in circulation. As of 2025, the numismatic value of the 2014 Queen Elizabeth II no mint mark 10-pence coin has been steadily increasing. In the collector's market today, uncirculated examples, especially those in mint condition or graded by third-party services such as NGC or PCGS, can fetch prices ranging from £3 to £12, depending on the grade and demand at the time of sale. Proof versions, if preserved in original packaging, can be valued even higher. It's worth noting that many collectors are now actively putting together full sets of Queen Elizabeth II coins as a tribute to her reign, following her passing in 2022. This emotional and historical connection has driven demand for coins from across her reign, especially those from less memorable years like 2014.so. What should you look for if you're searching your change or browsing through coin lots? First, ensure the date on the coin is clearly stamped as 2014. Second, verify that the coin features the Ian Rank Broadley portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Third, examine the coin's condition. Coins in better condition naturally command higher prices. If you're serious about holding onto it for investment purposes, consider having it graded. Keep in mind that circulation coins may have scratches, nicks, or tarnishing. While these do affect value, even circulated examples are becoming increasingly collectible due to their disappearing presence in everyday transactions. According to recent auction records and private sales, some 2014 10-pence coins have sold for over £15, particularly when sold as part of bulk lots or in sets. Coins presented with provenance or original Royal Mint packaging tend to do better on the resale market. The biggest driver of price is not only condition and rarity, but timing. With Queen Elizabeth II's coins slowly transitioning out of circulation in favor of King Charles III designs, collectors are rushing to complete their collections while prices are still relatively accessible. In summary, the 2014 Queen Elizabeth II British 10-pence coin may not be a crown jewel, but it's a coin whose value has quietly appreciated over time. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a beginner numismatist, or simply someone curious about the coins in your pocket, this piece offers a fascinating look into the intersection of history, economy, and culture. So, check your change. Dig into those old jars and drawers. You might just uncover a little piece of history that's worth more than you think. The history, stories, and hidden treasures behind some of the world's most sought-after coins. Today, we're diving into the mystery and intrigue surrounding a modern coin that has sparked serious interest in the numismatic community, the 2017 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II British 1 penny. This coin, at first glance, may appear ordinary. But hidden within its simplicity is a story of rarity, oversight, and unexpected value. By the end of this video, you'll understand why collectors around the world are eager to get their hands on this particular penny, and why its value has soared in the current market as of 2025. To understand the significance of the 2017 1 penny coin, we must first look at the broader history of the British decimal coinage system. The British 1 penny coin, introduced in its decimal form in 1971, has featured Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse for over 5 decades. Over the years, several portrait designs have been used, marking the evolution of her reign. In 2015, a new portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Jody Clark was introduced. This became the 5th definitive portrait used on British coinage during her lifetime. By 2017, this portrait was featured on the majority of circulating coins, including the humble 1 penny, minted primarily at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, South Wales. British coins typically do not display a mint mark. However, what makes the 2017 issue noteworthy is not the absence of a mint mark per se, since most British coins traditionally lack one, but rather the extreme scarcity of the 2017 1 penny in circulation, especially with certain die characteristics and condition variations. Despite being a modern coin, the 2017 British 1 penny has become increasingly difficult to find in everyday change. According to Royal Mint records, 2017 saw one of the lowest mintages for the 1 penny in recent history. While millions were reportedly minted, only a small fraction were actually released into circulation. The majority remained in Royal Mint sets or uncirculated condition, reserved for collectors. Adding to its mystique, some coins attributed to the 2017 issue have been discovered with striking anomalies, including die errors, off-center strikes, and unusually sharp details. These varieties are exceptionally rare and highly desirable among collectors. Compounding this rarity is the fact that coins issued during this period were competing with years of existing penny stocks that remained in active circulation. As a result, 2017 pennies are seldom found in pocket change or even in bulk coin lots, making them an elusive find for casual and serious numismatists alike. As with any coin, its value is determined by several critical factors: rarity, demand, condition, and provenance. For the 2017 no-mint mark 1 penny, it's a combination of low release numbers, its place in the final decade of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, and its connection to a declining usage of low-denomination coins in Britain that drives up its desirability. Coins in circulated condition can fetch between £2 and £10, depending on where. However, those in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated condition, especially those pulled from Royal Mint sets, are selling for significantly higher premiums. Verified uncirculated examples have recently sold at auctions and private marketplaces for prices ranging from £25 to £50. Proof versions, when graded by third-party services and retaining pristine quality, have even reached upwards of £75. Some error coins attributed to the 2017 penny have been known to sell for over £100 when authenticated and graded by major services like NGC or PCGS. These include double strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet anomalies, each adding a unique layer of interest and scarcity to the coin. Now in 2025, interest in coins from the latter part of Queen Elizabeth II's reign has intensified. With her passing in 2022, collectors worldwide have been seeking to complete collections that span her extraordinary 70-year monarchy. This has significantly increased demand for coins from her final years, especially those with lower mintages or overlooked releases, like the 2017 penny. Additionally, the increasing trend toward digital transactions and the gradual phasing out of low-denomination coins has made modern 1p coins somewhat of a relic. Fewer are being minted, fewer still are entering circulation, and collectors are rushing to secure specimens before availability tightens further. Online marketplaces such as eBay and specialist numismatic forums show rising prices and heightened bidding activity for high-quality examples. Graded coins from reputable services are seeing the strongest growth in value, particularly those that have received top grades like MS66 and above. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2017 Queen Elizabeth II 1p, here are a few things to look for that could make your find even more valuable. First, examine the coin's condition. The fewer the marks and scratches, the higher its grade, and the more it's worth. Next, look for any anomalies. Errors or misstrikes can dramatically boost a coin's value. Consider having it professionally graded if the coin appears to be in exceptional condition. Certified coins not only sell for more but also appeal to a broader range of collectors. And finally, don't overlook proof or uncirculated versions in collector's sets. Many people have these lying forgotten in drawers or gift collections, unaware of their rising value. The 2017 no-mint mark Queen Elizabeth II British 1p is a modern coin with a rich story, shaped by historical transitions, minting anomalies, and growing collector demand. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collecting journey, this coin is a perfect example of how everyday currency can hold extraordinary value. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Share in the comments below if you found a 2017 penny in your collection, and let us know what other coins you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.